Welcome everybody. Let's take a look what happened in the market today. So first we're going to look at the Dow Jones Transportation and the daily. We look at this first and the Russell first because they are, as I said before, they're kind of precursors sometimes what the overall other indices or broad market may do. A lot of times you'll see divergence with these indexes first before you see it anywhere else. Okay, and sometimes they're in sync, kind of like they are right now. All right, so anyway, Dow Jones Transportation, you can see we had this big run up here last week, or week and a half ago, whatever it was, of 4 huge days. Well, now more than half of it, probably, maybe 2/3 of it is pulled back. So big run up, big pullback, July 30th right here. Okay, and let's see, this other cycle low out here is September 12th. Okay, so we can always put it out there for now. September 12th for the transportation. Okay, so if you're trading something like September 12th, even if you're just looking at this like I am for help in analyzing and comparing to other indices, right? That's great, but if you also some people trade transportation ETFs, so this is if you're doing those kind of things, this analysis is super helpful, right? I mean, if you go look at if you're an ETF trader and you see this run up, you probably made a lot of money here, and then you see this big pullback. Well, you could short it. There's probably inverse ETFs for transportation would be my guess. I don't really trade ETFs, but if you look hard enough, you probably can find it. All right, so in any case, the Dow Jones Transportation is pulling back pretty hard here, okay? And again, sometimes when we see the transportation pull back or whatever kind of move it makes, the other market products tend to follow it eventually, okay? All right, so let's go look at the Russell 2000 now. So it's the daily chart, big old pullback going on. Russell 2000. There's a pullback going on here too, not as big as the Dow Jones Transportation, but we had the same thing here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 run-up days, 3 pullback days, 2 bounce days, now a big down red day. So the Russell 2000 is definitely stronger. Momentum's pretty high up here above the 0 line. SMI is trying to make its way down on the daily. So this, of all the indices, the Russell 2000 is the strongest one out of the big 3. The other 2 being obviously the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Okay, but big down day here going on as well. Range of about 52 almost. And almost all of it is red and down, right? All right. Let's go take a look at the S&P 500 now. And we're going to use the futures to do that. Okay. And we get this over to the daily. Big, huge down day, massive down day, 123 range. This is one of the biggest days we've seen in a while. So this is a monster move. Look at the MACD now, really starting to give it up. Look at this big, massive spread in the MACD. Well, we haven't seen that in a while. Okay, that's a big move. Huge day. 123, just like rare nowadays we see candlesticks over 100. So over here was 98, 98. Just rare. I'm going all the way back to April, even March. I don't think we have one day in here, 116. Okay, and this day over here was a 98. So very rare to get a 100 range day nowadays because the market is so contrived and manipulated and controlled. So big, huge day, 123. We'll see how much is left in this. We have a cycle low about August 5th or August 8th. There's one like right on this chart. That puts us about right here, almost exactly in the middle, like right here. So there's not a whole lot of time left for this cycle low to come down to the middle of this. So we'll keep an eye on this. But for right now, this has been a big, huge decline. And there's maybe another 6, 5, 11 days, calendar days left. So a little less than 2 weeks worth of trading. We can see here that the daily SMI is getting pretty far down there. Let's see. We've gone from 5,700 down to 5,500, a little over 200 points here. So about 3%. Yeah, not quite 3%, almost. Okay, which is about what was expected, anywhere from 3 to 5% decline here. There could be, I think, there's probably a little bit more in this still. Probably a little bit more. I mean, it could bounce right where it's at, but this is pretty significant to see the MACD do this. Sometimes you get a MACD doing that, it's hard to stop it. Sometimes it'll be hard to stop this kind of momentum. If this momentum really gets going, it's like a freight train. Sometimes it won't quit for a while. Okay, but for now, the market's weak. It's pulling back, or I don't know, I call it weak. I just call it down. It's money being made in another direction. That's how I see it. Okay, let's take a look at the intraday charts and see where were the trades of the day, if any. All right, we're actually going to look at the hourly chart. Okay, and there's a reason why we're going to do that. There's 3 charts that get streamed live for the members, but I'll just go back to the 5-minute chart just here for a second, okay? Let me get rid of the... What you're going to notice on this chart is there were a bunch of Get Us Plus indicators right here pre-market. Okay, one happened at 5:35, one happened at 6:05, another happened at 6:50, another one happened at 7 o'clock. They're all right together, pre-market. They're all just happening right here. Okay, bang, 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 they're just going off. Okay, a lot of signals happening right here telling you that something's about to happen in the market. Okay, and sure enough, eventually the market gives it up as it comes off this wave. See how this peak didn't get very high and then it gave it up right there? There's your trade right there. And bam, momentum starts to go negative right here. Whatever, a little after 7 a.m. And it was just game on the whole way. The whole way. No reason to get out of this trade at any time. At any time, if you look at the 5-minute chart. Okay, we don't just trade the 5-minute chart. We're going to go back and look at the hourly chart. But look at this momentum. It just kept getting worse and worse. Look at the momentum. The momentum is below the 0 line. Even here, when it tried to do a bounce, it couldn't survive. It stayed below the 0 line. This is really important. Below the 0 line. Whenever you're trading, if momentum is on one side or the other, that's your overall trend. Okay, it has to break the trend, especially on 5-minute charts, 15-minute charts also. It has to break it. The momentum has to break below or above for something to change. So what does that mean? So momentum's all, look at this whole time from like 7 o'clock in the morning all the way to close. Momentum was negative this entire time. Okay? That means any bounces are going to fail. Boom. Price is going to fail. It failed. Bam. Look at these little weak bounces. They never get anywhere near the top. That is like absolute easy money. Bam. Same thing here. It never gets up to the top. Bam. Here it gets to the top. You just wait, it curls over, momentum still stays negative, boom, you're back in the trade. Right? That's it. You just keep shorting off these peaks every time. Every time you get a peak, short it, short it, short it, short it. This one you got to be a little more patient, wait for it. Sure enough, it comes down, momentum stays negative, short it. Right here, short it. There was never a time today that you didn't short this thing. All right, so I would say realistically, if you're just even a little late there, we'll call it 55, probably 55, right up in this area. There's no reason not to go short from right here. Funky looking 5s, but okay. And all the way down to 58.40. Sorry, 54.80, duh, saying it backwards. 54.80, that's 20 points. Plus another 55. 75-point drop. 20 and 55. 75 points. Okay, so that's $3,250 day on one contract. There you go. I'm sure options traders, if they were smart at all, made a ton of money. They should have. Huge money should have been made. Actually, options trading today would have made more money than futures, but even if you're just trading futures, this is over a $3,000 day. Huge, huge freaking day. Okay, so that was the 5-minute chart. Okay, take a quick peek at the 15-minute chart. Okay. 15-minute chart. Nothing. The futures were right here. Started right here. This 15-minute chart, so the day's a little bit, scale's a little bit different here. You got nothing from the Giddus Plus indicator telling you to trade anything. That's because it's negative the whole time. From before last night, the momentum on the S&P 500 for the 15-minute chart was negative the whole time. It never once was positive for this entire session. See that? So you already know what to do here. I mean, you already know what to do. Look at this in the 15-minute chart. It never, in all these areas, it never gets to the top of the line. Never. One time over here at 8 o'clock last night, and then at the very end of the day, which doesn't really mean much of anything. Okay, so the 15-minute chart's telling you to do just one thing. Short the snot out of it. Now, I'm going to go over the 1 hour. This is the chart everybody should have really been paying attention to. In the markets this week, this is the chart you want to be looking at. Get this big Giddus Plus indicator, comes popping on at 9 o'clock last night. Right there's your little plum candlestick, and it was bombs away from there, folks. And look at this. You get negative momentum, and it's just gives it all up the whole day. From last night all the way through pre-market, Asian market, London market, and U.S. market, all were massive sell-off. Okay? Giddus Plus indicator, this timing could not be better. Look how awesome that timing is. So you've seen in the those charts I just showed, the 3 streaming charts, 5-minute, 15-minute, and 1 hour. Those are streamed charts to the members live. Okay, that's what the membership gets. So if you want to become a member, you know what you're getting. You're getting those streaming charts. And if you'd watch the streaming charts, the Giddus Plus indicator, you would have made a ton of money. A ton of money. In less than a 24-hour period. Look at this one from the other day, a couple days ago. Boom. Here on this one, we probably would have followed the 5-minute or the 15-minute more than the 1 hour, but yeah, it's rare that we get a 1 hour signal like this that's this strong. So usually for intraday traders, are usually following the 5-minute and the 15-minute to make the big money. Okay. But I wanted to show this because this just goes to show how weak the market is right now. Okay, so for membership, you're getting the 3 streaming charts during the day. At night, you get 5 different charts. Let me show you the charts you're getting. $7.99 a month, guys. This membership is stupid cheap. So I'm going to switch over to the SPX. Okay. I'm going to turn on the directional indicator that I have. Okay. This is one of the charts you get. You get the SPX 2-hour directional indicator. That's this big green or red line. Okay, 2-hour chart. What's it telling you right now? It's pretty obvious, right? Keep this as simple as you can get. Red says short the market. It's been that way for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Well, 4 days. 4 sessions. 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions. It's been telling you to short the market. Okay? You get that email every night, Monday through Thursday. Let's see if the NASDAQ is doing. What do you know? NASDAQ's almost identical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of almost 6 sessions, so the NASDAQ's weaker. It's been 2 extra days. Also telling you short the market. It's telling you just stay on the short side of the market. It's been that way for 5 or 6 trading days. This you get every night in an email. Okay, let's see if the Russell 2000 says. The Russell 2000 has a different message. It says, well, you need to go long. Look at this, been monster mashing it. Is it going to go up again, or is it going to come down here? Okay, this cycle should not really be there. Get that out of there. Okay. You can see the SMI is really trying to give it up here on the Russell 2000. Momentum is still positive here, but it's come way off of the top and coming down. If it breaks below this 0 line in the next day or two, if it does that, that's going to be a change. It'll be pretty big. So for right now, the Russell 2000 is kind of strong, but it's starting to look like it's giving it up here. Okay. So those are 3 charts you get. The other 2 charts you get are back to the S&P 500 here. I can get the symbol right. You get this chart, which is the daily chart. We're not going to put the directional indicator on there. Obviously, that's specifically designed for the 2-hour. Okay, you get this chart right here. Okay, you get it with the cycles. Want to see the cycles? Look at these cycles. Boom. Okay, look at this cycles. Really was nothing. That was it right there. This one kind of came down. This one came down. This one was nothing. This market may surprise some people. This market may surprise some people. We got the cycle. There's a cycle low right here in the middle of this. Okay, you get that chart. And then you also get the weekly chart, this one. And it has cycles also. Boom. Okay, October 13th. So those are 5 charts you get in the nightly email, in addition to the streaming charts that you get live 5 days a week. Okay, in the email every night, then when I send these 5 charts, I also give my opinion about what the market's going to do. For instance, last night I told the members today is going to be a down day. Okay, that was my opinion. Well, sure enough, it was. It wasn't just a down day, it was a huge down day. So my forecast for today was right. It was a massive down day. Okay, you get that email too with the 5 charts. I always give my opinion about the next day, which is rare. And all the services I've looked at, because I looked at services too, guys, and I've even subscribed to some of them in the past, I've never seen a service ever say to me what they think tomorrow's going to be. But I always do it. I always give my opinion. Now, I'm not claiming I'm always perfectly right, but I always give my opinion about the next day. Okay. You also get gold streaming charts. All right. So if we go look at gold, you're going to get the same 1 hour, 5 minute, and 15-minute charts you get as you get with the S&P 500 futures. Same exact thing. You get the gold streaming charts live. Okay, so when you join and it's going to be on the Discord server, just ask me, hey, get us, where's the streaming charts for gold? And I'll give you the link for it. Okay, you can see there's hourly cycles on here, right? Been tracking gold, which gold had a big, huge pullback today. You can see these cycles. Look at this cycle came down here. This one had a little pullback right there. This one kind of just blasted through this whole thing and all the way down to this cycle over here. Okay, a little something there, not much, and then it's giving it up hard right here. Got a feeling we're going to get a bounce here and then maybe something down like that. We'll see how that goes. But momentum gold may go negative here, so got to be careful with that. That's the hourly chart. So you get all 3 streaming charts for gold as well. All right. There's a lot more to the membership than what I just already mentioned, but those are the big pieces, and there's other things in there. There's premium symbols that go in there every day. There's fixed income that I trade occasionally. When I do, I put that up in the Discord server as well. Okay, so there's a lot of value to the membership, so you should really consider joining. I don't know why people don't join. The membership more than pays for itself, probably for most people, as long as you're patient. I mean, today alone, you saw even on one E-mini was $3,000. On a micro, that's $300. So even if you have a really small retail account, you can make $300 today. All right. If you know what you're doing and you're patient and use the service, you're probably going to make money. All right. That pretty much covers it. Hope everybody had an awesome trading day. There's going to be plenty of opportunities in the market. I think once we get through the first week of August, second week of August, we'll see how this cycle low pans out for the indices. Then we might see a bounce. But for now, the market is still very weak. So short side is the correct direction for now. Talk to all real soon again next time.